Canada is a fabulous land, a wonderful country, great real estate, great resources, and great people, and it is slowly sinking into a quagmire of incompetency, and it's just not working. Aside from passports and immigration problems and people trying to get approval so they can go to university, and aside from the airports, which are now the worst in the world, aside from all these other problems, even with the health problems, we have people dying in Canada who should not be dying. We have people who are sick, and they should not be continuing to be sick. We have so many wonderful institutions that just aren't working anymore. And a lot of it is due to the incompetence of the federal government. No, we have our Prime Minister. He is dealing with all the important things to him. He just gave $100 million to groups who do not identify as either male or female. So there are a whole bunch of letters. It's not just gay or lesbian anymore, but all the letters. I don't know them all. He didn't know them all. But they get $100 million. What for? Well, for community support. More than just parties, I hope. And then, of course, there's another study as to whether children under the age of consent need to give that consent, and whether it is indeed informed consent, to have their genitals surgically changed. You can't make this stuff up. It's just ridiculous. In Britain, they're closing such a clinic because they've had travesties over the years of people who are 20 years old saying, they did this to me when I was 15 years old. I wanted it. All the doctors said fine, and I shouldn't have had that done. So now we're seeing whether, in fact, we should be doing that. So I said, you can't make this stuff up. So people should not be agreeing to this. We have a government that's supported by a party which sold out. The socialist NDP said, we'll support you if you give free dental care to people. The government hasn't done that yet, but they've had the support of the NDP, which is why the Prime Minister, who is a joke of leaders around the world, is still the Prime Minister of Canada, flying all over the place, making these silly announcements. So what's to be done? What about this Arrive Canada app? Already the minister has said, well, if you don't have it the first time you come back, you can use it the second or third time. So it's not a health issue. It's not to spread. It's not to stop the spread. It is just for the government to track people down. So we already have officials at the border say, well, if you don't have it, don't worry about it, come on in, which is the way it should be. So let's all get together and not use Arrive Can app. We'll have some civil disobedience. Tell the officials that you're not going to use it. They will let you back into the country. You may get a ticket for $6,000. No judge is going to enforce that fine for $6,000. So everybody, just say, we aren't taking it anymore. We don't want any more of this government tracking. We don't want any more of the baloney. Stop it. And stop Arrive Canada and give a message to Ottawa. If you did not know that the red ensign, formerly Canada's flag, has now been labeled by the Canadian government a symbol of hate, and they're sending that to all the students, then press subscribe and PayPal and learn more.